Welcome to the Scrapyard. I'm your host, BC. Fucking Rob.
Woody.
Flaming Beast.
Dreamer Girl.
JJ Prime Reviews.
Briximus Prime.
And on tonight's episode of the Scrapyard, the topic of the night is defending our own.
Ooh.
And obviously, this week's scrap battle, Mega Man X versus Samus Aran. And trust me when I say he's hyped, he's ready. Let's hope and pray this time around Woody doesn't sit there and, start screaming that I'm biased.
He won't be saying it to you. Look. The only reason I said that last time is because the last bunch of scrap battles have all been Godzilla, and Godzilla's won every single one without getting so much as a paper cut. Fuck you and your Godzilla bias.
You know what? Godzilla wins because it's Godzilla, so be quiet.
No, so, I was going to say... No.
Anyways.
Wait,
So,
Helen, did you just Batman wins because he's Batman me?
No, I said for you to be quiet so that BC could move on. So just...
Figure appreciation of the week, and as per usual, hey Breaks, get your ass up here.
My figure appreciation of the week is Party Wallop, the
I
Transformer.
fucking hate you.
Turtle Power. Hey.
He is a nice figure, and he's actually quite large. He's bigger than I thought he'd be when he showed up.
Whoa.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Leader class value here, that's for
That's
sure.
a big one. That's purely leader class value.
That's
How
wow.
much weapon storage he has. The nunchucks hide in the shoulder pads. He's got the size on his sides. He has the storage for the alternate head plates with the bandanas, and
He has storage for literally every accessory he comes with.
pretty much.
That is awesome. All right, JJ, you're up. Oh, come on. You had plenty of time to be ready this time.
Yeah, JJ, and I'm doing homework.
Well, I have a lot of figures on the table. I mean, but anyway, for figure appreciation of the week, it's got to be the ever so popular Transformer Studio Series concept art, the very specific Sunstreaker.
Those shoulders disappointed me so much on that figure, man. Oh my god.
I still need him.
I dig this figure. I really like the look of the robot mode. I love the look of the car mode. The transformation is nice and easy. It came misassembled a little bit, but it's an easy fix. It's on friction hinges, so we can pop it off and then just rotate it around and just pop it back on. And the one thing that really bugs me is the arm kibble, but that is what it is. It's still a nice figure, still a fun figure to mess with, and I really dig him.
All right. Helen, you're up. I mean, Dreamer. Sorry.
So I have a book that I waited for months to get from the library, and it looks so pretty.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's nice. I like the design of the cover.
I do too. It's very different. It's a mystery, so we'll see how it goes.
Snake dies on page 365.
Wrong book, Woody.
Spoiler alert, Batman dies.
Anyway.
What a wonderful day.
Anyway, my figure appreciation of the week is the Takara version of Transformers Earthspark Nightshade.
Ooh. Beautiful figure.
That thing is pretty.
Oh, yes. Here's the excuse me, Hasbro version.
They are pretty.
Yeah, there's a stark difference between the two.
The tolerances are much better.
Oof.
Wow.
Floppy, floppy, floppy.
Got them upside down.
Paint is so much better than the car.
Paint. Yes. So much better. So much nicer.
Okay.
Thank you, Amazon.
All right, Woody.
Something a little different this week. If you're expecting G.I. Joe, you're going to be disappointed. I'm going to go for the Hot Wheels Pop Culture Thundercats Classic Thunder Tank. This is a little Hot Wheels version of the ever classic Thunder Tank from the 1980s Thundercats cartoon. And yes, like all Hot Wheels, it has a little action. In this case, the claws move up and down. Sadly, if you remember the toy, sadly the jaws do not open, and the rear access hatch does not open. But hey, it's cool nonetheless.
All right. My figure appreciation of the week. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I broke and I got myself Studio Series Shockwave.
Nice.
Nice.
But I'm adding a bunch of extra detail to it to make it look better. I added the silver there, a little bit on the chest, 5 panels, and parts on the leg so far.
You used the chrome pen, didn't you?
No,
Oh.
It looks really good, Rob.
I'm just getting started.
All right. PC's turn. All right. Figure appreciation of the week. Hi. How you doing? So my figure appreciation of the week, quite simply, just because it took me a hot minute, it is Target Prime.
Excuse me?
Very nice. Oh, you just incurred her wrath.
Wait, so hold on. Who said that? What's going on?
That wasn't the one that you discussed earlier.
What do you mean that wasn't the one I discussed earlier?
You got something better earlier this week.
I have no idea what you're even talking about at this point.
Bull crap.
Did he though?
Oh, he did.
Yeah, well, you know what?
You
know what, Helen? Do something about it.
Oh, I will. Those would be fighting words.
Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh damn. Oh damn. About to go down.
What?
What are you gonna do? Drop kick me?
Oh, I will.
Don't tempt her.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Do it.
Do it! Just do it!
Fight, 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 fight.
Fight.
Yay, we can finally go home.
Ow, BC has fallen! I rule the Scrapyard now!
Shush.
Did anybody ever tell you you have anvils for hands?
Woody?
Never heard that one.
Ow! Oh!
It was a love
Oh.
trap.
Okay, so she doesn't hit me again. I'm gonna. So, jokes aside, my actual figure appreciation of the week. Shout out to Savage, who couldn't be here for the past few episodes, unfortunately, because he procured this, and dude, I cannot thank you for this enough.
Coffee
Coffee Convoy.
Nice.
Masterpiece Black Lion Convoy.
No, Masterpiece Coffee Convoy. There's a difference.
Copy Convoy, okay. I don't know. I always see that as Nemesis Convoy.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. All right. Let's
Savage
get
happy-
into this. Defending our own. And everybody, please try to be mindful. We got a lot more people in here this time. So please, for the sake of the topic, let's try to not take up so much time. Because as soon as I start the 30 minutes on the clock, as soon as that 30 minutes is up, we're done. So as soon as everybody is ready to go, I will go ahead and call it. We've grown on we mini bomb bots, content on the line. Smorgasbord, I don't fucking know. Anyway, so 30 minutes on the clock starts now. So defending our own, what exactly does this mean to you? To me, defending our own is literally a case of understanding when somebody within your group or your community or just your average everyday person who happens to be a part of your life has something going on with another person where they're either being bullied or they're being intimidated by them or they're just straight up putting them through hell for no reason whatsoever. You feel that inkling to do something about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, Bricks, it's a universal insult. So, anyways, so defending our own, it's literally for me when that fight or flight response really kicks in, but not specifically for me, but for whomever I happen to be like hanging out with for the day. Like if I'm hanging out with my wife for the day and some jackass decide to start making her feel bad, fisticuffs. So at that point, we'd all be sitting here watching as I beat the brakes off this guy for being mean to my wife.
Mm-hmm.
Because BC don't play that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, and like obviously, perfect example. If anybody within, like everybody within here, perfect example. Hey, B, get up here real quick.
One moment. Gotta replenish my dipping sauce plates.
Okay, never mind that. Hey, Woody, get over here real quick.
Yo.
Say, for example, you're some random schmuck and you're picking on Rob.
Rob, you're a fucking idiot. You're a stupid, and I hate your stupid bald head.
And then Rob just starts crying. The first thing that's going to happen when I step in is, the fuck's going on here? Rob will then tell me this dude was being mean to me, and then you know what's going to happen at that point?
You ain't gonna do shit. Ah!
There you go. So what is defending our own, like, what does it mean to you guys?
Loyalty.
Yes, JJ?
If, as far as defending our own goes, for me, it means to stand up for someone who isn't like who has the inability to stand up for themselves. Or it can mean like you yourself you need to stand up for yourself. You need to stand up to the bullies. Let's say if someone bullied me, what can I do? I'm able to stand up for myself and teach them a lesson. Because I do not tolerate any bullies. I don't condone usage of name calling and all that. I don't condone the usage of, you know, dumb words against me. You know, that's basically what I could do in that type of situation. Stand up for myself and just be stronger than those who attack me.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's a very good way of looking at it. Woody, do you have anything to say in this regard?
Now, we've all been in various situations. Look, I'm always one of them first people to say there's a marked difference between having a disagreement. You know, say for example, me and BC were just sat having a conversation on Facebook, and we're having a bit of a disagreement on whether or not the paint apps or on this figure look good. I could turn around and go, well, they don't look good, but or like it doesn't do anything for me. That's fine. We're having a disagreement, but when it turns nasty, we start insulting each other. It gets personal. That's when it turns into bullying, and that's when anyone can really step in and go, "Hey, hang on a minute." You can either attempt to diffuse the situation and tell them to back off, cool off, and rethink, or that's when the fists start flying. But obviously, if we're defending our own, we want to obviously diffuse the situation first,
Exactly.
because we can defend our own without resorting to violence.
Yeah, and I mean, that's definitely a way of looking at it as well. Knowing when to diffuse the situation and knowing when diffusing the situation is not an option is definitely something to keep in mind when you're defending your own. Robuco.
See, for me, I don't see just being there for somebody when they're getting insulted or bullied. I see it as just being there for them for any situation, how minor or major. For me, if I know somebody I like or care about is having some issues with simple, stupid stuff or something major, I drop what I do and I stick around until they don't need me.
That's a good way to be. Good way.
It's just how I am as a person.
Good way to look at it. Good way to look at it. Yep. That's a good way. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a very good way of looking at it as well. Bricks or Dreamer or Ed? You know what? No. I'm going to let Bees go last because he's the most long-witted of us, so I want to give him time to actually talk.
Okay.
So, Bricks or Dreamer, which of you two want to say something?
I have a few things I can mention.
Do you need the floor, or can you just go?
And I can just go. It's not very. I'm not going to take a long time. Pretty much, my thought is just that the way how I kind of look at it is there's three different ways I think of like defending our own or defending your own or whatever. One way is kind of helping them out when they're struggling with just other people. Sometimes it could also refer to like a community, like if someone in the Transformer community is being bullied or harassed or whatever it is that's going on, us as a community can try and help them out in a certain way. Sometimes it's not always as inclusive. And then a very inclusive experience I also can go off on is helping someone out emotionally. Sometimes it's not between two different people having an argument. Sometimes it's just personal problems and just life stuff in general. And sometimes we can be there as emotional support for others.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That it?
Yes.
Okay. Dreamer, you're up.
I mean, I agree with, everybody. It's more than just, fist to face. It's also about, seeing, does the situation warrant it? Can the person handle it themselves? Do they need help? And then also you have to think about the aftermath. You have to check on them, make sure that they're okay. Because that's also part of defending your own, is making sure that at the end of the day, that person is okay mentally and physically.
Yeah.
And now Bees can take the rest of the time if he so chooses.
Just the beautiful thing about
Whoa.
is he broken?
No. He's just misaligned.
Yeah, I heard that crash. I'm like, it scared me. Anyway. Yeah, just when it's always nice to see people defending others because there's loyalty, whether not just among friends or if it's like an incident occurring to a complete stranger. It shows how quick you are to defend someone you don't even know, because what if that person doesn't have someone to stand up for them or defend them? I see a lot of toxicity in many fandoms, like the G-whiners, attacking, people who love the Bayformers films. And I always chime in and be like, hey, excuse me, dude, leave him alone. Let him enjoy what he likes. Why? Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Nobody has to all like the same things. I mean, come on. Get off his back, bro.
Yep.
That's why I don't take part in a lot of Transformers discussions or forums online anymore, because just how the moment you say, I like Transformers 2007, all the G-whiners come out of the woodwork and attack you.
Because God forbid it ain't their oh so precious G1.
Here's the logic behind what Beast is saying, right? Not everyone was born in the 80s. Not everyone started with G1 as part of their Transformers journey. Some people, like me, started with the movies. I grew up with the live action movies. Wasn't. Yeah.
So basically, everyone should be allowed to enjoy what they can. And I've always been the peacekeeper type of person. I like to make sure there's peace among people. I try to establish and maintain it. Doesn't always succeed, but just let people enjoy what they like. It's I just want them to I want to let them know that they are allowed, they are entitled to their opinions and what they like and what they enjoy. No one has the right to take that away from them. That's why I, jump to the rescue and be like, hey, back off. Go back to your basement. Go back to your basement with your G1 Optimus Prime undies and watch My Little Pony. I don't fucking care. Just leave the poor guy alone.
Go do the dishes.
I'll feast the chicken.
Savage is doing the dishes right now.
It's funny because that's his actual job.
There you go.
And guess what I did? I unfroze the chicken.
You unfroze it.
Anyway, so Bees, do you have anything else you need to say?
That's it. What?
There's still 6 minutes.
Uh,
Uh,
I could add more. I could add more. To what?
No, you know what?
Go on.
Let me add a little bit more then.
Well, I was going to say,
I
JJ
gave
once
the
tried to-
general example, but I didn't really give what defending your own really means to me. Treat people with kindness and don't be a jerk. I mean, yeah, that's another way of
that's a
looking at
good
it.
one.
That's a good one, Mebius. That's a good
But
one.
my true definition
Someone
of
has
defending
entered
your
the chat.
own is very much so identifying what the problem is, what caused the problem, and what needs to be done to fix that problem. This is something
Yeah.
that I myself have struggled with for many years, and I've only just within recent years really kind of figured out that stride, and I've been riding that cruise to make
Because-
sure that, people within my life are able to not only defend themselves, but also defend others when the time arises. For instance, when specific things were going on with a specific member within the group, I'm not going to say names. When things were going on with this person, they came to me. And very, very much so bearing in mind, I'm not somebody to be immediately confrontational. They very much knew that when it comes to defending somebody who I very much consider one of my own, if the people that are messing with you are willing to sink to the lowest depths, then at that point I'm going to Tartarus. Like, I will go as low as I need to go to make sure you don't do that shit again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because, as per usual, when it comes to people I care about, I don't play. I simply just flat out, I don't play.
Two things. One, can I just say, one thing we need to also remember if we're talking about defending our own, is not just to wade in without knowing the full facts and details.
Exactly. That's what I was going to get into next. Like,
Because
as much as
at the
I'm
end of-
willing to as much as I'm willing to come to your defense, if your story actually makes you the problem, then at that point I'm taking care of the problem by ripping into you.
and
Like,
secondly,
okay, for instance, something happens between Rob and Woody.
Yep.
They're arguing back and forth over something. I show up and I ask Woody, what the hell is going on here? If Woody were to respond to me with, I saw Rob playing with the SS-86 Bumblebee and he turned it into the Penny Racer, and I told him not to play with that in my face. Who do you think we're going to rip into?
yeah,
Or no, I'm going to rip into Woody. Because at that point, I'm like, okay, what's the big fucking deal? He prefers the Penny Racer. What's your fucking problem?
exactly.
So, like, just that's not fucking fair. Why the hell are you sitting here getting on his case for something that ultimately doesn't harm you? Like, you know what I mean? It's knowing when to fight your battle.
Exactly. Because, I mean, look,
when you
I'm
fight
not-
the battle, you don't just go in with happy hand slaps. You go in throwing haymakers. You go in swinging as hard as you possibly can. You don't fucking play around. You go in there and you do damage. Because that is one thing that I am simply not going to sit there and allow to happen, is everybody wanting to say, oh, BC is just, he's just an angry guy. You don't want to trust him. You don't want to mess around with him. Don't make BC angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. Believe me. Yeah, Mebius can speak from experience.
And Ken would just say, I'm sorry, we've got to do it. Maybe yes, maybe yes, maybe yes, maybe yes, maybe yes, maybe yes, maybe. Sorry, hey, look.
Don't remind me of the time of when he got angry.
Yes.
Which
But at the end of
he gets angry a lot.
No.
Oh, no. This is a very specific time when this one happened. What if someone can't fight that way or doesn't want to fight that way? What if they try to go for a more peaceful... If that's your prerogative, then that's your prerogative. I can't argue nor change that. But one thing I will say is, if you are somebody where you vastly prefer the peaceful route, and you're about to get involved with something where it can very quickly turn violent, you need to consider the possibility of simply walking the other way and letting somebody else step in.
Mm-hmm. But,
that's where the whole knowing when to fight your battles thing comes in. So, Exactly. So at that point, that just ended the 30 minutes on the clock.
But just to further that is, say for example, there was an argument. I had gone in there first to try and, diffuse the situation, act peaceful, try and see both sides of the argument, trying to establish a peaceful resolution. That's clearly not working. That's when I'd say BC in and say, look, I've tried. They're not listening to reason.
Exactly. So now all of a sudden he's going to tag me in, and he knows that if need be, I will be a lot more aggressive about it. I mean, hell, you can even ask JJ.
Yep. Say, like, for example, we've been dealing with JJ, someone's bullying JJ. I've gone in and said, hey, back off, leave him be. He's not done anything to you guys. He's just, leave him alone. Leave him alone.
Exactly. Like, just recently, within our own group chat, everybody was jumping on Bees' case when he mentioned that he was gonna he was gonna be receiving money at some point. Everybody was jumping on his case, and I literally sat there, I chimed in and went, guys, he never said he was buying anything. Not once did that come out of his mouth. And as soon as I chimed in, as soon as I said something, everybody went back, looked, and went, oh, he actually did say that. Okay, never mind, I'll back off.
Yeah. But, if the bullies didn't want to listen to JJ's, telling them to back off JJ, and they're still going at it, I'm like, well, BC, I've tried. Your turn to play.
Yep.
Or I guess one can say that's when they decided to let BC cook.
Exactly.
That's when BC got angry.
Yes, exactly.
And Beast, what happens when that happens?
All hell breaks loose.
Yeah. And why is that? Because BC is
angry. He's scary. Angry.
There you go. He's scary when he's angry. Like, as much as I don't like scaring people, at least not intentionally, if you push me to that point, I will legitimately find every possible way to not just intimidate you, but make sure it is abundantly clear that you do not do that again. Like, sadly, it needs to be a point where every time you go to think to do that, the only thing that's going to pop up in your mind is my face screaming whatever I was screaming, and you will never do that shit again.
Sometimes, BC, some people got to learn the hard way.
Yep.
I mean, TFA, at this point, dude, just everybody takes your stuff. Just accept it, man.
Yeah,
everybody takes my thing. Everybody takes my things at this point all the time. Fear of God, yeah, put the fear of God in them. Which, again, as much as I don't want to, I'm sorry, Beast. Go ahead.
What I was wanting to add about onto what you said, or excuse me. Yeah, I've reached the point where the only way to get through to anybody that's pushed myself too far is to just let hell break loose. I mean, I'm by no means as big or tall or strong as BC, but trust me, I've been able to scare people twice my size with just the amount of anger and rage that comes out of me. Like, God, like there's someone being a complete douche that I have asked multiple times to stop doing shit. Like at a previous job, this happened at a previous job, and mind you, this guy was like 6 foot something. I'm only 5'6", and at that point, I was fed up with this shit, and I was just screaming and cursing and yelling at him, calling him names, right, and rightfully so. And I actually scared him. For the rest of the time he worked there until he got fired, he was trying to be an absolute kiss ass to me. So, yeah, I definitely, like, I hate being that way because it's not like me, but honestly, it's sometimes the only way to get through to everybody.
If they are stupid enough to not heed the warnings, they deserve whatever comes to them. I'm a firm believer of this.
Exactly.
And, choosing to be dumb is one thing. Choosing to be dumb and then double down is another.
Yep.
So, speaking of, this is where I'm going to utilize this as the springboard to bounce into the random middle section, which is where this time around we're actually going to speak on something for the random middle section. And it will not just be, oh crap, BC has a rant. So, what is something that you guys, what is one thing that you guys, it's your natural go-to when you are attempting to help somebody feel better, whether it's about themselves or just make them feel better as a whole? I would love to actually hear what you guys do, because it also kind of plays into the defending our own thing.
I can go really quick.
Go ahead.
Something in my family that runs in the family a lot is whenever we're approached with something that is whenever we're approached with feelings that we don't like to feel, sense of dread, sadness, whatever, we always break tension with humor.
Yep, same here.
So pretty much anytime there's we always try to liven the situation. Whenever someone else is feeling that way, we try to make that person smile as well.
Telling you right now, I caught on to that literally the second I finished that one rant where I just popped the fuck off on specific groups of people. Within seconds after my rant was done, Bricks just immediately went, I'd like to apologize for all of my heresy about the Earthrise mold.
Yeah,
that broke the tension so fucking great. So yeah, basically the point of that was I can very much vouch for him. He's definitely telling the truth on that.
That, and me personally, as a as a person, specifically me, I'm also a gift giver. So that's also something else I do to either make people feel good or make people feel happy, or just to know that I appreciate them, or and again, sometimes they can be something really. Sometimes it could be something really simple, and sometimes it can be something really elaborate or really expensive.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah.
Dreamer can confirm that.
All right, that's all I have to say.
Okay. I'm actually going to reserve mine. So let's go with Rob.
For me, it really depends on the situation at hand. It really does. If it's something, like I said, something minor, it's like, okay. I lost my train of thought here.
If it's something simple, you immediately just go, you want to go grab something to eat real quick and talk? Whereas if it's something major, you immediately go, listen, I'm off at this time. if you won't, we can hop on Destiny and we can shoot a bunch of dudes in the ass. How about that?
Exactly. So
I say
BC.
that. I say that because it's true. He said that to me at one point, and I just died in the middle of work.
You know, BC. I'm not being
The
funny,
time it
but
was me we're shooting the ass.
I'm not being funny, BC. But sometimes just do it. Getting food, drinking a beer, and just shooting the shit is an effective way just to talk, get the feelings out there, or even just a basic activity can do the same.
Oh yeah.
Just going for a walk, just quiet, somewhere kind of private. Just I have often found that what I call the guy chat, where you get a takeout pizza, sitting in the front room, sitting in the the living room on the sofa. You got something playing in the background, a beer in one hand, and you're just simply shooting the shit, and it comes out. You get all that feeling, all those feelings, all those emotions out there, and sometimes and most of the time, you feel 100% better. It clears the head, and you have a more clear picture, better mental picture on how to progress forward.
Yeah. So technically speaking, B's already kind of revealed what he does. So now I want to know what Dreamer does.
I mean, it kind of depends on the person. Like, if it was bees, we would sit and watch Megafail and make fun of it because that's what we do. And then I also am always the person who, if I feel that something's off with somebody, I'll be like, hey, are you okay? Is there anything that you want to discuss? Safe space. And, I've always said that, like, I'm available anytime. And, bees can confirm that I will.
Mama mode.
Yeah, but even before I was a mom, I was always kind of the mama bear. And I'm always the person who likes to make sure that people are okay, give words of affirmation, let them know that, you are an amazing person. Whatever that person said to you is a load of crap. And, make sure that they're okay.
Yeah, I definitely confirm this. She's always been there for me.
JJ, buddy, it's your turn.
My turn. So if I ever see someone, feeling down about themselves or feeling bad about themselves, I would just try to ask them, hey, what's the matter here? Who is making you feel like this? Because whoever is making you feel like this is not worth your time. It's not worth your life. He or she does not deserve to be part of your life. Because if he or she has betrayed your trust and friendship, cut him or her off. You don't need to refriend him or her. You just need to forget about him or her. Just screw them. They're not worth it. You yourself decide who you want to be in your life. You decide on your profession. You decide on your future. And yes, you may have made mistakes in the past, but your mistakes do not define who you are. What defines you is that you are able to learn from these mistakes and not do it again. If you don't do it again, then you yourself are a good person. You are someone who seeks to learn, and you are everything in this world. You deserve to live. The other person does not. Okay?
So what he's saying is, he will grab the shotgun and he'll shoot their head off. Okay, that's exactly what he's saying.
So what you say? So basically, if somebody pisses someone off in front of JJ, that means JJ's getting his mallet.
He's
No, not mallet, not mallet. I would get my Forge of Solus Prime and
While we're all,
Right, that's
while we're
it.
all literally, no, literally, this is exactly how it will go. He would have the fort, and he'd just go. All of us are literally like in the corner.
I'm getting me mallet.
I'm just like, popcorn?
I'm sat here like, that's it. I'm getting me mallet.
I can attest to you. He will say that because this week he did defend me. I will have to say that. And he said, that's it. I'm getting me mallet.
I mean, I wouldn't say I'm getting me mallet. I'm getting me Forge.
You wouldn't just hit them once, JJ. Don't even play that. You would hit them until they stop moving.
And then I'd be like, I think that they're gone. I don't think that they're getting back up. They're gone.
Like, I think they're dead.
So, all
Let's
right.
go
So
hide the
for
body.
That's it. I'm getting. That's it. I'm getting me mallet.
So for me, what I do to help make people feel better, I use music lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
One of those music lyrics I have a tendency to use is the lyrics from Loser Baby.
I knew it. I knew it. Like, literally, I had that song in my head. You were talking about using music lyrics. I'm like, I was just like, here in my head. You're a loser.
Loser, baby, loser, goddamn
I know
baby.
that's what he's gonna use.
Yeah, you want to know how you knew? You want to know how you knew for a fact that was all, what I was gonna say?
Wait, I was just sat there thinking, oh, I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
Yeah,
Oh,
no. So basically, before I lose my train of thought, because ADHD, the reason why Bees immediately went, I knew you were gonna do that. I did it on him before, and guess what? It worked like a charm.
Wow.
And the reason why I chose to use Loser Baby is entirely because it's a song that, for whatever reason, it just works like that.
Yeah.
The way the song is written, you could literally hear words like this in a normal conversation. So no one would immediately catch on to it unless they were Has Been Hotel fans, where they would see it and go, I know exactly what you're doing, and I appreciate it. But yeah, so basically that's one thing that definitely helps, that I definitely do to help people. Is like, I don't just utilize song lyrics, I also use them as quotes and being a way to really kind of help shape the perspective of what I'm trying to get out there.
You're also a really good just listener, and you just know exactly what to say when somebody needs to hear it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And Dreamer can definitely attest to this. I'm really good at writing on the spot skits.
Oh, those make my day. Those literally make my day.
Yeah.
Although during all those skits, unfortunately, poor Ibuko over here, he's my weapon of choice.
And I'm just want to say, if I find out that anyone here has been bullying the crew, I'm getting me mallet.
Damn right.
Damn straight.
I'll get
Why don't
stabbed.
you try and use that mallet on me, homeboy? Let's see what happens.
Huh? Oh, ow.
I just had like dinner and a show. I mean, that was real entertaining.
Welcome to the Scrapyard.
Oh,
Where we never know what shenanigans will happen next.
Exactly.
Hey,
that's what makes Scrapyard so much fun.
I mean, I guess
And
it was
the
more like
best-
dessert. It was more like dessert in a show, but you know.
and the best part of it is we didn't need to rely on toilet humor for this one.
Exactly.
So real quick though, as promised, hey Bees, can you come here real quick?
He's gone. He's ran off before the. He's ran
He's
off. I think he's
hiding.
realized.
He's afraid of what's going to happen next.
Yeah. What is going on next?
I
Give me
don't know.
just a second. I'm getting it set up.
Do you need? So, BC, do you need me mallet?
Nah, I think I'm good for this one.
Do you need me to like punch him or anything? Because we know I can hit pretty hard.
How about we just not let you punch people anymore, okay?
Okay, I'll leave it
I
to
second
you.
that.
I'll leave it to you because you're probably better at it than me.
Did you already
Oh.
forget about clocking me?
That was a one-time thing, and I only did it because you told me to. So
Fair. I'll give her that. Fair. She's not as violent as us.
no, I'm not.
Not yet.
No, violence is not my
I'll
go-to
at least be
thing.
nice and let Bees work on his little thing right there. Because he's definitely going to be scheduled to be a dead ass Bees in a minute.
You did everything.
Define everything.
I don't have
I don't got
to.
all day.
I don't
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't got
define
all day
everything.
either.
It's just everything. You break everything.
I don't got all day either. Who's this Mr. Gold in the chat?
We love gold.
That's inappropriate.
I love gold. I don't know.
Bye bye, Mr. Gold. Don't let the door hit you on the way.
Deuces.
I was gonna say,
Bless,
bye bye.
bless your heart, Mr. Gold.
Yeah, you're from Scotland. Crawl back up your fucking mom's vagina.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Anyways, let's get into this. So, this week's scrap battle.
Mega Man X versus Samus Aran.
Truth be told, I only know one of them.
Yes.
I've seen Mega Man X before. I know what he looks like, but I've never seen him on screen at all.
Yeah, he was in an episode of the 90s Beak Mega Man cartoon, plus he had his own animated series in Japan.
He's actually the video games are played on screens, are they not?
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. I think I've seen Mega Man in the game. I have a game called Marvel vs. Capcom, and Mega Man was also a character in Marvel vs. Capcom. So
Yeah,
he was.
and I believe
But,
they gave him
the version we're talking about is Mega Man X.
let me search online.
So DC, I just want to say thank you
Ah,
for banning him,
That's right. Mega
for
Man.
Yeah.
banning Mr. Gold. That was amazing.
Wait,
Yeah, at this point, I really just didn't feel like unleashing the inner. I didn't feel like going dad mode. We'll put it that way.
DC wasn't angry.
who was this Mr. Gold?
I don't know who it is, and to be honest, I don't care because they were
He's
clearly
banned.
just only. You could clearly tell they were sad, alone, and bored, so they wanted to come in here and pick on us.
He probably
And then
lives
when I
in
said
his
what I
mom's
said, they clearly
basement.
got butthurt and called us snowflakes. So it's like, all right, yeah,
So-
I clearly already won. So get the fuck
Hang
out.
on, he was from Scotland, which means it's 3:20 a.m. Jesus Christ, has he got nothing better to do at 3 a.m.?
Yeah, clearly no, he had nothing better to do at 3 a.m.
I
yeah,
can probably
I mean-
guess he probably
I mean-
lives in his mom's house, and
Probably lives
you
in his-
know,
probably lives in
he
his
probably
basement.
hasn't showered in a week, and he just wanted to take his anger
Just
out on
trolling
other
him at this
people.
Do you guys
Yeah,
have
just-
something against
'Cause
Scottish people?
He's a sad, miserable existence at that point.
I don't even know how he even found this channel, but hey, because
Hey, buddy, we can, if need be, I can introduce you to somebody who, he could really use a friend. He's an angry, pitiable bastard just like yourself. So
Do you guys have something against Scottish people?
No.
I mean, no, not really. But
I
but the
don't.
way,
I legit don't think Brooks was even paying attention at this point.
No, I
No.
was.
I was just asking. I was just literally asking. He was Scottish. It's 3 a.m. What is he doing with his life?
Drunk.
Yeah, asking us weird questions like what?
Yeah,
It
and it's
literally-
like the way he opened that up with "Are you virgins?" I was half tempted to be like, dude, two of us have kids. One of us is clearly on the spectrum and clearly gets more action than you do, and he only uses his right hand. Another one is literally the size of a fucking stump, but gets way more action than you. One probably has never touched a woman in their life and would probably still bag more than you.
Hey,
The list will go on and on. But I decided not to, because, scrap battle. Anyways. So, as per usual, Samus Aran, or Mega Man X versus Samus Aran. First things first.
Thank God it's not a battle. I was going to say, thank God it's not a battle with Godzilla.
Here comes Godzilla out of nowhere!
What do you say?
and then
Mega Man
Space
X
Godzilla showed up.
versus Godzilla.
Eh?
Eh?
Can I hit him? Can I hit him?
Yes, Dreamer, go ahead. Hit Woody. For disrespecting my boy.
Yeah.
For
Ow.
disrespecting my boy Godzilla. Godzilla's my boy. Jeez.
Thank you.
You disrespect Godzilla.
Yeah, welcome.
My
Anyways.
boy. You disrespect Godzilla one more time, Woody. I'll give you a what for. So
Godzilla
We don't disrespect Godzilla, Woody. Don't you realize that?
Hey, guys, this is for Samus Aran and Mega Man X. Let's get into it, please.
Let's
So-
do
Yes,
it.
please.
I want
Can
to
we
get,
get-
Yeah.
get really excited.
Let's talk
This
the
is
endurance speeds for both these characters. So when it comes to Samus, we're gonna start with her. Obviously, most of her endurance truly comes from the power suit. And that's one major thing that definitely is going to be helping me sway on or at least how I'm gonna give this point. This is where it kind of gets a little weird, at least for me, because endurance-wise, we have seen Samus's overall power suit. It goes through a multitude of different upgrades, multitude of different looks, multitude of different forms. It can carry a multitude of different things. It allows her to do multiple different amounts of feats. So doing endurance specifically for Samus is almost a wash, because so long as she's wearing the power suit, and this is going to be a major point, so long as she's wearing the power suit, she can walk through lava. Granted, under very specific circumstances, when her power suit has the Varia upgrade to it.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, she can now walk through lava. She can go through heated areas. She can, there's a lot that she can now do.
The thing is, she's actually shown to be quite resilient and tough, even in the Zero suit.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting there.
Okay.
So, like with the gravity suit, that allows her to basically become water resistant, where now she can actually, literally run in water. And then, of course, depending on the game you played, you get a multitude of different suits here. The dark suit from Metroid Prime 2, it nullifies a lot of the effects of dark ether, but then the light suit basically makes her completely impervious to it. But realistically, for this fight, these suits aren't really going to matter because they're not going to need to go to dark ether for anything. However, one thing that has been proven to happen time and time again is she can be knocked back to a more base state.
Mm-hmm.
Where she doesn't have her morph ball, she doesn't have her missile launcher, she doesn't have her full charge beam, which we're gonna talk about all that with armor and weapons. But in this specific scenario, to really talk endurance, how much of a beating can Samus take? And again, so long as she's wearing that power suit, there's a lot of damage she can take. And obviously at this point it's a video game, so there's going to be a thing that pops up on the right side, on the left hand side of the screen, that shows your energy. Depending on how many energy tanks she has that many more units of health. This is why I kind of say endurance is kind of a bit of a wash with Samus, entirely because her endurance builds up over time. So to make this easier, we're going to assume that Samus has found all of her energy tanks and her suit is at its maximum potential.
And the thing is, correct me if I'm wrong here on this, isn't Samus a genetically modified human?
Not necessarily. Not fully.
Rob, do you have anything you'd like to add? Because you're the Samus expert.
She's not genetically enhanced per se, but to be able to use her power suit and all these different weapons, she was given DNA by the alien race that made all that technology to be able to use it.
Those space chickens.
Yeah.
The Chozos.
Something I wanted to add really quick, just for us to keep in mind as we, keep moving forward with the scrap battle, is just that another thing that could give us a good idea of just endurance and not necessarily skill, because it all depends on the actual player itself, not the character, but all the feats that you can accomplish with the characters in Smash Bros. Should also be taken into account.
Okay, so Woody just died. Anyways.
Hey, Brian.
Oh. Hi, Fanpage.
Hi, Fanpage.
We're just getting all the trolls.
Also,
today.
I left a little bit just now because I saw 3 baby kittens outside my house.
Aww.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. My Chrome kicked me out for some reason. Oh well.
Well, I appreciate that, Fanpage. Thank you. So yeah. That being stated, how is Mega Man X looking when it comes to overall endurance? I'm gonna tell you guys now. This should definitely tell you that I am completely unbiased. I prefer X overall.
Mm-hmm.
Samus is taking Endurance. Samus has proven time and time again that while granted she really doesn't have any major defense against spikes, you know, she can run through lava. She can run through water. She has a multitude of different ways to get herself through specific terrain.
Mm-hmm.
So when all of this, like bringing all this up, if you have actually played a Mega Man X game or a Mega Man game as a whole, you know you fall in lava, you die. You touch a spike, you die.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate because again, I vastly prefer Mega Man X, but by that alone, just from a basic gameplay mechanic, I have to give endurance to Samus Aran.
Yep. I mean, the thing is, the other thing as well, if I remember rightly, in the first Mega Man X, in the intro scene, is, you actually see X taking an actual solid beating from Sigma, and he walks away, and he survives it.
Yeah, exactly. But realistically,
and that should have killed him.
He dies if he touches hot water. Like, come on.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. But, I mean, yeah, taking that aside, he's taken beatings from much stronger Mavericks.
Yeah, but at the same time, they're like those same types of Mavericks. We can compare them to monsters that Samus has faced. And she fared a lot better in comparison.
Okay, yep, okay. Well, I'll give you that one.
So, yeah, when it comes to overall endurance, I'm giving it to Samus Aran. That's why I kept saying it's basically a wash because she has so many different ways of resisting things that could very quickly kill X.
Yeah, okay.
So, Samus, if I'm not mistaken, she has the ability to transform herself into a literal ball. So
yes, but we're gonna be going into that further with armor and weapons. So with that said, moving on to the strength feats. And for this one specifically, this is very difficult because Samus has proven that even through brute force, she is a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like, we see her throw hands with creatures almost like more than 10 times her size.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, she beats their ass.
Ridley being one of them.
Exactly, Ridley being one of them. But at the same time, we see X do the same thing.
Yep.
So at this point, we really have to take into consideration one is a full-blown machine, the other isn't. So at this point, who is really stronger than the other?
I would actually tie it out because
that's what I was thinking. Overall, give this one a tie because I want to argue that via a very heavy technicality in Mega Man X5, he faces off against a version of Sigma where his form is literally so much larger than any creature Samus has ever faced.
Yeah.
Like, it's so much larger in comparison.
Yeah.
So, from that perspective alone, I want to say technically X is stronger. But if we're talking physical strength, I gotta tie it.
Yeah, I think realistically we got to tie it out because, I mean, from what we've seen of both on screen, they're both, there's not a fat lot of difference between, what they've shown to be capable of doing.
Yeah, they're both equally strong in their own right and in their own way.
Exactly. So with that being stated, we're moving on to the speed feat now, and once again, I gotta tie them out.
Yep.
And the reason why is, well, yes, where X has the dash function, Samus has the speed booster. The speed booster, if you played a Metroid game, you know exactly how the speed booster works.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, BC, and this is why I think it's important to say, the dash feat is for X is short term.
Exactly,
it's not
short term. To whereas, so long as you have a straight path with Samus, she could just keep fucking going.
Yeah, you can dash jump to increase your jump range a bit further. It's not exactly, you can dash jump a nigh on infinite distance.
Exactly. But in the same breath, X has better traversal skills.
Yes.
Because, well, yes, technically speaking, Samus can do, the wall kicking thing where, like, if you don't have the speed booster yet, not a problem. You can kind of work it.
You can wall jump.
Yeah, she can do the wall jump as well. X has specifically what they call the wall kick.
Yes.
His wall kick, in comparison to her wall jump, is significantly faster. So if they're in a tube that goes straight up, and Samus has no way to utilize her speed booster to get herself all the way up as fast as she can, bar none, X takes this. At that point, bar none, X has a much better time. But when it comes to actually getting from point A to point B, Samus is significantly faster because of that speed boost. So once again, I gotta tie it out. This is bar none our most fair fight on Scrap Battle.
And also, one other thing with X, technically he can actually double jump in real life because apparently he has actual thrusters in his feet that allow him to do so.
Exactly.
Yes, he does. See, the thing is, the way I see it is this, right? While X would technically be slightly faster, Samus can maintain that speed for longer.
Exactly, and that's exactly why I say I'm tying it out, because they but once again, it's the same with the strength feat. They both have their strengths and their weaknesses within this category that very much cancel each other out.
Yeah.
So with that said, hand-to-hand combat. I'm not even going to humor it. When it comes to hand-to-hand combat, I'm sorry, Samus takes it.
Yeah, I agree, because at the end of the day, X, yes, he does have skills with his sword, and he's a good shot with his X-Buster. But
at the end of the day, between the two of them, who's the most likely to actually get down and dirty?
Samus.
Samus is
and even without the power armor, even when she's just in a zero suit, she is still a deadly hand-to-hand combatant.
Exactly.
Because not because she has to.
She's an absolute fucking terror.
She's a badass.
And not because she has to.
Yeah, but
she was actually trained to fight hand-to-hand combat as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Whereas X is basically treated like the golden goose.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, he has the X-Buster, he has a sword, and he's very skilled in the use of that sword. He is a very, the thing is, he's on par with Zero at times with that sword.
Yeah, but you also got to bear in mind, Zero was the one that taught him how to use it. So
yeah, but if
we're going strictly based on who has more skills in actual hand-to-hand combat, that's all X has on her.
Yeah, exactly. He's a master swordsman and an expert shot.
And She is
And the
also an
thing is-
expert shot, but like Rob just said, she was trained in hand-to-hand combat. So if push came to shove, and the two of them were forced to only, do fisticuffs, she beat the fucking dog shit out of X.
Exactly, and I'm saying, and we've seen that in some of the cutscenes where, we've had Sigma and other Mavericks literally overpower X with brute strength. And they can toss him around, and if he can't get that shot off or can't swing that saber, he's got nothing in the tank.
Exactly. At that point, it's over.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hand-to-hand combat, bar none, Samus. So far, Samus is holding the edge. But here's where I strongly feel X is about to pull ahead. That being armor and weapons.
Well, considering the fact that in the Mega Man X, he's got a titanium skeleton and the X armor skin.
Yes, so first things first, we're going to actually cover Samus first, because she's the quickest and the easiest.
Well, she has
the Zero suit, she has the Power suit, she has the Varia suit, she has the Gravity suit. Depending on what game you play, you got access to the Phazon suit, you got access to the Dark suit, the Light suit. You got access to the PED suit, which Phazon, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You have access to that. But then you start going to all these other games, and you have access to the Fusion suit. You have access to the suit that she uses in Metroid Dread, especially the one at the end of the game, which is bar none her most powerful form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, she's got the standard power beam. She's got the charge beam on top of that. And through utilizing those with her missile launcher, she has the super missile. She has ice missiles. She has an ice beam. She has a plasma beam. She has the wave beam.
She even has mines that can destroy obstacles.
Exactly, she can turn into the morph ball, like JJ initially brought up. She can turn into her little morph ball form, and that allows her to drop bombs, and then it allows her to drop a power bomb. She is literally a walking armory.
The screw attacks and power bombs.
How does X fare?
Well, aside from his titanium skin and X armor, he's got his solar-powered X-Buster,
the solar-powered X-Buster, which that alone has a charge shot to it. Depending on what enemies he beats, he is able to basically take whatever power and ability they had, and he use it for himself.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's got the saber.
With each and every boss, beaten, he, like I said, every boss beaten, he gets a new power, a new ability. Yep. He has the dash functionality.
Hadouken.
The increased charge shot, depending on what armor he's wearing, and that is where things get wild. Because if we are to actually take a look at X's entire arsenal of just armor alone, he completely blows past Samus. He's on a whole nother level.
And don't forget, in the first Mega Man X game on SNES, he gets the Hadouken as a weapon. And in the first game, he gets to use the Hadouken. But in the second game, you can use Shoryuken. Yeah, and the thing is, that Hadouken is a very powerful attack that can one-shot most bosses.
Exactly. That's why a lot of people adamantly went after it.
But there is a catch to that. You can only use it if you don't take damage. Exactly,
which is stupid.
So, do we count that as a
Yes, we do. Yes, we do,
So-
because it is a weapon in his arsenal.
But
Whether
the
he's
thing
going to
is,
be
if
able to use it or not, we'll
Whether he
find
gets-
out.
Does he get the Hadouken off, get kicked in the head, and then he loses it? We'll see.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
But then, like
So
I said, he's
let's
also
go.
got
So just real quick, just based off of the top of my head, let's go through all the armors he has access to throughout the game. So there's obviously the armor that he gets in the first game. There's the armor he gets in the second game. I don't remember the names of all the suits, to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
He has the armor in the third game,
Yeah.
which was like functionality wise, that one was bar none my favorite one, especially if you get the gold version of it.
Yep.
And then, there's the Force armor, which
Yep.
you get that in Mega Man X4.
Hmm.
In Mega Man X5, you get the Gaia armor and the Falcon armor.
Wasn't there also an armor based on Zero? Or am I thinking
No.
of something else?
You're thinking of something else.
Yeah.
But I take it back. In Mega Man X4, we get introduced to his most powerful armor, being the Ultimate armor. So the Ultimate armor and the Force armor is in X4, and the Ultimate armor also makes a debut in X 5 and 6.
Yep.
Takes a break in X7, comes back in X8. He has, like I said, in X5, he has the Falcon armor and the Gaia armor, and in X6, he has the Shadow armor and he has the Blade armor. And X7, I think they called it the Flight armor. It was so dumb. It was so dumb. Like, can y'all tell I really didn't like X7?
No, I really couldn't tell.
X8, which is actually my personal favorite game of the entire series. X8, he had the Icarus armor and the Hermes armor.
Hermes armor? What?
Yeah, the X8 armors were based on mythology. Or named after mythology.
Yeah. So, in case one can tell, these are all armors that are just in the actual numbered games. If you were to actually go to like an outside game like, X Command Mission, you have access to that version's Ultimate armor where he turns into a literal tank.
What?
Yeah, and then there's also like Mega Man X Dive.
Exactly. It was in that as well. Just the slew of armor and weapons that he gets access to with each and every one of these armors. When it comes specifically to armor and weapons, bar none, X takes it.
Yeah,
there's no arguing it. He has a much larger arsenal.
Exactly, and the thing is, and once you factor in, the fact the power copy ability, X is taking this.
Exactly. When it comes to that, X takes it alone. But again, this isn't what guarantees the win. And technically speaking, the next category technically really doesn't guarantee the win either. But it is something that will definitely help give the edge if you do take it.
Mm-hmm.
That being battle intelligence. Which of these two characters are the most effective with the powers and abilities they have access to?
I think Samus.
Samus.
I mean, while I'm going to turn around and say, yes, they're both dangerous bounty hunters. They're both really powerful in their own right. The difference is that, and this you can even tell in the games that prove this, if you don't have the correct weapons or for the right bosses, you're in big trouble.
Exactly. So X has to work a little bit more on a strategy by that overall logic.
Yeah. While yes, you can, X Buster pretty much every Maverick to death. It takes longer to do than some others.
Yeah, exactly. Now that said,
Samus, on the other hand, is a very seasoned bounty hunter. She has fought a variety of different aliens, creatures, even human pirates across, multiple years, honed her experience, understand, and that's the thing. Her being human allows her to change things more efficiently and think on her feet more efficiently than X can and will.
now here's where I'm actually going to take a little bit of a spin on this. One thing we got to keep in mind is Samus is a bounty hunter. We've seen and she's proven multiple times over, she is not afraid to get her hands dirty.
Exactly.
X is a pacifist. He only fights if he absolutely has to.
Exactly.
If he genuinely knows for a fact there is no other option, then yes, by all means, guns blazing, let's go. But if he can seek out a more peaceful resolution, that's going to be his first go-to.
Exactly.
But between the two of them, X is actually more level-headed.
Exactly.
Because one thing that we do tend to kind of not really talk about is the fact that with X's pacifism comes a sort of inner peace within himself, where entirely because he wants the world to feel the same way he does, that's what pushes him to get on the battlefield. Samus, we've seen on screen multiple times. You do that one specific thing, or you strike that one specific nerve, and that's it. She's going off.
Yeah, and that's the thing. She can be tricked into doing something simply out of pure anger.
Exactly. So due to the fact that she can be so easily tricked and so easily manipulated into doing things that she normally wouldn't do, that makes this whole thing a lot more difficult because, until I mentioned the fact that she loses her temper quicker, everybody was 100% convinced she was taking battle intelligence.
See, the thing is, being the human is that double-edged sword. Yes, she has that adaptability and survivability, and the rapidness to adapt to it that X would have. But on the flip side, she can just literally run straight into a room full of mines because Ridley led her in there.
Whereas X would have figured out on the fly, why is he acting that way?
Yeah, where Samus would have been like, right, that's it, Ridley's here. I'm going to go in there and kick his fucking ass.
Oh, hey, a pitfall. So, anyways, that said, battle intelligence. It's a tie.
Yep.
Wow.
I would 100% not argue that one. 100%.
So, now we're going to do final verdict. Bricks has been pretty quiet this whole time, so I'm going to go ahead and let him go first on final verdict. Who does he think is going to win?
Samus.
Okay, why?
Mostly just because, well, for one, I've actually played the games and seen what she's capable of, and just the fact that she's able to take down Ridley. She has the battle experience of just being a bounty hunter and just, being able to handle so many different kinds of enemies and being able to adapt to different armors and environments. And like, just from what I've seen, I feel like she'd be able to pull it off. Like obviously it wouldn't be an easy fight, but it would still be her on top. Oh,
Okay.
and she's also not hindered by some of the weaknesses that X has, because X has a mechanical body, which means he has mechanical limitations.
That's actually not 100% true if you've played the games, but you already mentioned you didn't play the games, so I'll let you have that.
Well, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying, and again,
he has machine weaknesses. She only really has the suit that's a machine, so she doesn't have most of those weaknesses.
So with that said, JJ, who do you think is going to win?
Well, considering that I've never actually played the Mega Man X games, I have never played all 8 of them. I've only used Mega Man, like, I don't know, a couple times during Marvel vs. Capcom, but I've never actually played the Mega Man games. Samus, however, I did play maybe one game on the Wii itself. The Wii had Samus, the game. Oh, yeah.
Let me guess, you played Other M.
Yeah, probably the first Samus game I think I played. As far as the final verdict goes, I think the one that I'm more familiar with is Samus.
Okay, so you're sticking strictly with familiarity. You're not really trying to play the whole, well, I think this person's going to win because of this.
No.
Okay. Dreamer.
Samus.
You're just going to flat out say it.
Just Samus.
Okay. Bees.
Okay, so bearing in mind that I am the only one in this stream who's never played Metroid or any Mega Man games, however, just based on what I'm just listening to what you guys are saying, discussing, Samus.
My pride. All right, Woody.
I know this is going to sound controversial, but I'm going to say X. Simply based on his level-headed approach and the use of weapon, would actually be I think would eventually lead to Samus's downfall.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's been chomping at the bit. He's been waiting. All right, Rob, who's gonna win, and who is gonna win in your humble opinion, and why?
It's going to be very close after hearing more about Mega Man X, but I'm going to go towards Samus, not because I'm a biased little shit, but there's one thing we also left out for Samus. She's able to use the environment to her advantage against enemies as well.
Mm-hmm.
That is true. The grapple beam, I completely forgot about that.
Not just the grapple beam, the environment in general. Like I think the first major boss in Metroid Dread, how does she take down that ugly looking thing? She lets it run into a freaking pillar and let it crush it.
That would also kind of count towards her battle intelligence. So
That's, like I said, we left that out. She's smart enough to utilize the environment itself.
And in that regard, technically speaking, X has done something very similar as well. So
Again, you're talking to someone who doesn't really play Mega Man, period.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right. We really got to figure out a way to immediately initiate the actual battle so that I can actually have a moment to just dive in with it.
Bricks. Is this?
I don't
Is
think
this
Bricks.
Samus?
I don't think Bricks had the figure of either Samus or Mega Man X.
Yeah, I just wondered if Bricks had a very witty way of starting your
Is
the
this
thing,
how?
like you said.
No,
Yeah, but
no, it
you-
doesn't.
You need to
No, I
make.
do not.
Okay.
Threw it over his shoulder.
I do not
But-
own a single Mega Man or Samus related action figure or anything. that
Let's
looks like
get
them.
ready to scrap battle. Samus shows up on a planet on her gunship. She enters the area. The classic goes off. She cocks her arm cannon and she starts moving forward. Begins her investigation to know where she's at. Starts scanning things, trying to understand the area. But she's noticing this planet is really strange. There's a bunch of machine people, completely unaware of what is going on. She just kind of starts strolling around town, and all these Reploids, they're real friendly. They're not being all weird towards her because she kind of looks like that. So they're going, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" She's very confused, but she just kind of shrugs it off and simply just waves her like her mute self does. But then an explosion happens. In this moment, she turns and she aims her arm cannon. A Maverick had already escaped the area. X is hot on pursuit. But in the going commotion, Zero lets him know, "Hey, I'll handle the civilians. You go after the Maverick." X simply says, "Roger," and he takes off. But in the heat of everything, he notices Samus is taking aim at him. Immediately, he's already thinking, this has to be another one of the typical mechanoids around here taking aim at me because it's infected by Maverick. Let me go ahead and take care of this real quick. So without hesitating, he charges up and he shoots at her. This is what engages the conflict. So she turns it into morph ball, rolls out of the way, pops back up, takes aim, fires a regular missile. This missile barely misses X, but it blows up right behind him. He flies forward and he slams on the ground. Samus starts running up with the grapple beam ready, but when she went to fire it, X caught on to what she was doing and he dashed forward to get out of the way. And now at this point, he's back up. X-Buster at the ready. Arm cannon at the ready. Now this is where their real battle begins. So she launches off a couple missiles, a super missile, and a fully charged charge beam. Sorry, that was kind of a mouthful for me. So she fires that off. And X barely manages to kind of shoot down everything, but he gets hit by the charge beam. Takes a massive chunk of damage. Hits the building behind him and just lands on the ground. Very, very quickly, he realizes whatever this mechanoid is, this thing packs a punch. What the hell am I gonna do? And while he's having this little freak out moment, she activates her speed booster and she starts blitzing him through the building. Clearly enough, she's showing next to little to no regard for what's going on around her. At this point, she's looking at it like, you are clearly an enemy and I need to take you down. This is enraging X to a point where he finally manages to get her off of him and he activates his first armor upgrade. At this point, Samus, the fuck? She kind of does the little head tilt. X charges up another charge shot, and he fires at him. But this time, she already saw the first one, so she's thinking, okay, this is an easy dodge. But this one was significantly larger, and therefore was nowhere near as easy to dodge. So she realizes, oh shit! Turns into the morph ball to kind of sponge some of the damage that she was going to take. X dashes forward to charge up another shot to basically hit her with a point blank range. But then he starts hearing a beeping. He looks down, and a morph ball bomb blows up from like literally right underneath him, and he drops down a pit. He hits the ground. Samus goes back into her humanoid form. She takes over, but as soon as she finally activates her thermal visor to, pick up on heat signatures, when she looks in, X activated his second armor and he already flew himself out. When he lands, he activates the third armor, where now he has 2 X-Busters.
Okay.
He charges up both. She cocks, takes aim, but this time she swaps over to the plasma beam. She fires a fully charged plasma beam. X punches once to fire one shot. This is the shot that takes out the fully charged plasma beam. And then he punches with the other arm, and that is what sends the other charge shot. This is the one that actually hits her. Hits her with enough force to where she goes flying back. And when she slams into the wall, you can hear the amount of force he hit her with. So she slams into the wall, and she's kind of stuck. At this point, really unsure what to do. At this point, X activates his fourth armor and proceeds to utilize that suit's special ability, which allows him to basically shoulder check her through a wall. Basically sitting there going, haha, you did it to me. How's it feel, bitch? So he shoulder checks her as hard as he can. They fly out. Now they're back on the streets. He jumps out, but when he lands, he's in Falcon armor form. At this point, again, X-Buster at the ready. Samus is realizing, okay, you want to play? Let's play. So she starts fusing all of her beams together, takes aim, she fires one shot at him. She hits him, she does hit him, and it damn near shuts all his systems down. Realizing what the hell is going on, he's like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? She starts charging right at him with the speed booster to shoulder check his ass again. X clearly ain't having it at this point, so he activates his Gaia armor. The moment he activates the Gaia armor, and right before she managed to make contact, he catches her. And he starts sliding back. At this point, they both have taken a massive amount of damage. They desperately need to replenish their energy if they're going to continue this fight. So X charges up the Gaia Buster, and while he's basically got her at point blank range, aims at the stomach, full power shot to it. She flies back, and her Varia suit shuts down to just a standard power suit. Now she's clearly at a disadvantage. At this point, X can tell she's weakened. It could very well end up not boding well for either one of them. Instead of continuing the fight, he makes an attempt to reason with her, to get her to learn, who are you? What are you doing here? You're clearly not a Reploid, and based on the way you fight, you're clearly not a machine. Who are you and what do you want? Naturally, she doesn't answer because she's one bad bitch. She ain't one to simply just back down. So she shoots the grapple beam and then just slams him into a fucking wall. But when she slams him into that wall, a whole bunch of energy starts spewing out. She absorbs it all, and she manages to get enough of her power back where she can activate her gravity suit, putting her a little bit more on it, putting her just that little bit more on even level footing with him. Because now she's very quickly learned he has a massive arsenal. I don't know if I've truly reached the end of every single weapon he has. I need to be careful. At this point, she already slammed him through that wall. And when she has a gravity suit, she takes aim and she activates her X-ray visor. She can't see him. And then she hears a little thing flying around in the air. She looks up, and X is back down to his base form, but he's flying around on what looks like another suit of armor. He's hitting her with as many charge shots as he can. She's dipping and dodging out of the way. And right before he lands, this little sled thing that he was just on basically stands itself up. He latches himself in, and he just activated his ultimate armor, his most powerful armor in his arsenal. Now, all of a sudden, with one simple scan, she realized in raw power alone, he has her beat. She's not going to be able to last much longer if this keeps up. She has to play this right. So she starts utilizing the environment to her advantage. But now, all of a sudden, X is moving so much faster to where she can't simply just run from him. She has to be able to fight back. So she waits for the perfect opportunity, dodge rolls, grapple beam, right to his leg as he's basically flying. She takes off with him, but just barely manages to get on his back, cocks the cannon, aims it at the backpack, fires. They both crash. Samus slowly starts standing up, but now, like after all what just happened there, they flew through a few buildings because again, X was moving extremely fast. So they're going through the buildings, and when they finally land on the other end, they're on opposite ends of each other. Samus is slowly standing back up, but her suit is falling apart. X is already right back to where he was originally. He's already back to his basic X armor. He takes aim, and once again he asks, "Stand down and surrender, and I won't be forced to take you down." Because he's a pacifist. He does not want to continue this fight. Too many lives have been lost already, and he has not fought that maverick. Samus' suit finally just completely dissolves off of her. And to X's surprise, it's a human girl underneath. Or a human woman. This kind of confuses him at first. And this is what she takes advantage of. She pulls the stun pistol and she shoots him, stunning him in place. But again, she just realized how much more power he has in comparison to her, especially in just sheer armory alone. She very much so knows if she does not get a suit, and she does not get one quick, this is not going to end well. So she makes a beeline back to her gunship. She gets in, and she makes a very daring move. The suit she puts on is the Phazon suit.
Ooh.
When she puts it on, she leaps out of the gunship, lands, and starts scanning around for him. Much to her own chagrin, X was right on top of her the entire time, using his shadow armor to not only cloak himself, but track her. So now, he's slashing at her with his saber. And she's dodging left and right, left and right, left and right. Charging up a full power Phazon beam, takes aim, and she fires. This hits X, and it's literally melting away his armor to just barely avoid allowing this armor to basically completely fall apart on him. He basically is forced to ditch the shadow armor. He swaps over to the blade armor, but she shoots him again, takes that armor out. Now all of a sudden she's withering down all of his options, and he's like, at this point, once again, he's running out of options, and he's running out of them quick. At this point, Zero finally chimes in and goes, X, what the hell's going on, dude? X explains what's going on as he's literally running for his life at this point. Because now the tables have turned. The two opponents are going at it at full force, and she's winning so far. Finally, X tells him, is that one experimental armor ready yet? Yeah, but it hasn't been tested yet. Deploy it. It doesn't matter. I need something. The armor that was deployed was the Ultimate Armor Mark II. The one from Command Mission that I mentioned. That's what I'm personally dubbing it as. That's not actual canon, just for the sake of the battle, but he can actually use it. He's running straight to where it's basically getting deployed. But she gets one good shot in, and she hits him directly in the back. At this point, she's thinking she's got him dead to rights. Because when she shot him, he got some distance on that, to where he flew right into the armor pod. The armor pod explodes. Now basically wearing this giant, UFO-looking jetpack on his back. One arm a giant cannon, the other arm a giant fucking machine gun. Massive thrusters on his legs. A targeting reticle over his right eye, and a chest cannon. He very much so is now done with this shit. He gets one good look at her, and he basically gives her one last chance to surrender. She charges up, she fires one more time. And now every vent on this armor just opens up. He takes aim, and he just unleashes a barrage on her.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what she was making him do not even a few minutes ago, now she's doing. Because at this point, he's literally firing at her with the full-blown arsenal of a personal army. And she's barely getting away. And right before he manages to finally get that one good shot with the chest cannon off, the Maverick shows back up. And, at this point, the Maverick, he clearly doesn't care about the fact that this is a mano-a-mano fight. So he steps in, and he, when he gets involved, he has her on the ground via his own foot because he's much larger than her. So he's got her down, and he's just looking at her like, oh, I didn't realize X was this easy to beat. X unleashes another barrage, but he hits him instead. At this point, both combatants realize we've been fighting the wrong person this entire time. They both team up. They take out the Maverick. But just for chagrin, since X and Samus were actually really enjoying themselves, they decide, you know what, let's finish this. But we're going to finish this in a fair fight. He goes back to his base armor. And she, with some help, gets her Vario suit repaired again. They go at it one more time. One charge shot between the two of them. They both fire. It explodes. And they're both on their knees. They both give a thumbs up. And they go their separate ways. It is an all-out draw. I apologize. That one was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, there you go. Like, look, man. If I really wanted to be biased, as soon as Ultimate Armor Mark II came in, bar none, he would have won. Like, bar none, he would have won. But realistically, if I were to keep everything between the two characters 100% in mind when doing this, I had to keep in mind that he very much is a pacifist. He would not actually full-blown kill her. But
Yeah,
at the
the
same
thing
time,
is,
eventually Samus would have realized he's the good guy.
yeah, the thing is, if you go by the games, BC, X always tries to take the Mavericks alive for reprogramming.
Exactly. He always tries, but it never ends that way, unfortunately for him.
He wants
But
to
at the same
help
time,
them.
even though I have gone on record and said Samus reacts a lot more on emotion, she too, under specific circumstances, even she can be reasoned with. So at the end of the day, no matter how many times I really sat down, again, bearing in mind I ignored all my biases.
First time for everything.
You fuck you, Woody, okay?
Woody, do you want me to let him throw you?
Hold up. Woody, get your ass down here real quick.
Woody.
Ow!
I'm sorry, Bees, you got something to say?
No?
You sure? I don't gotta turn you into dead ass bees?
I personally choose life, thank you.
For one.
Anyway, so
You two, break it up.
Hey! Okay, so first things first, you get up here because you know what? Fuck you.
Oh wow!
How many cups of sugar? How many cups of sugar does it take to get to the moon?
What?
40.
70.
I think it takes all of them.
Anyways, so jokes aside, how did you guys feel about that scrap battle?
Actually, that is the most accurate battle I would actually see. Though the only thing I would actually actually say that would be different is if that was a game or or an anime that had just had the shot and then the credits would roll. So you'd never know who won.
Exactly. At that point, you'd never know who actually won the fight.
It'd just be like, you'd just see Mega Man and you'd see X and Samus aim at each other, fully charged. Both would pull the trigger. Credits roll. The screen would just go white. And you'd just be like, who won? Who won?
That was epic.
But
It was an epic
But the
battle.
thing is, absolutely correct. X trying to arrest Samus. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, just and it's the fact that I wanted to make sure that it was made abundantly clear they both could take the advantage at any given point, but whether or not they could actually hold that advantage long enough to take the other down, that was the real question. That's why I kept bouncing through all of X's armors, because like if you notice, as soon as he started swapping armors around, he made it very difficult for her to pinpoint on exactly how to take him down, because every single time he changed armors, you know, he had a completely new power set at that point. So it really didn't matter how many times she scanned just to base him. He could just unleash whatever the fuck he needed on him.
Exactly. He's literally just played every time she can't. And I think it's the same way with Samus, because at the end of the day, you know, he could scan her every single form, and each weakness would be different, each strength would be different.
Exactly. So at that point, it really wouldn't matter how many times she scanned him. There's only so many times she's going to have time to do that before he ends up really coming at her.
Yeah.
But at the same time, eventually they're better, they're better halves, the better sides of themselves. There we go. Eventually that was going to shine through.
The better nature.
Yeah, the better nature would eventually shine through, and it would make them both realize we're not enemies.
Yep.
So the winner is Godzilla?
Shut up, Bricks. She didn't want one. She wanted pizza.
I think that Bricks is about to get in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he is.
I'm funny.
Nah.
Uh-oh.
Want a drink?
Oh, sure, yeah. I'll take a drink. Very refreshing.
She just came downstairs to me. She went to pee, so she got back in bed for a bit.
Oh, Bricks. Just.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Fucking
That
Bricks.
battle. That battle.
I'm back.
So that battle, that was an epic battle. I could definitely imagine Samus and X going down at each other, and then when Maverick comes in and literally doesn't even care about their one-on-one battle, literally just attacking both of them, and both of them just fully realizing, oh my gosh, we have been fighting the wrong enemy here.
No, it's all right. I'm awake.
And the fact that they were able to work together, Maverick, and then after that,
I don't know if she's just
they just want to continue on their battle, like just for funsies, and just throw down at each other, like whatever, and then just call it a day.
I'll let her, but I'll just watch her as she bushwhacks.
But yeah, so again, I apologize. That one was so ridiculously long. But like this one was kind of exciting for me to do because like it was Samus Aran, one of my favorite video game characters of all time, taking on my definitive all-time favorite video game character. So yeah, just that was something I've been wanting to do for such a long time. So glad I finally got to do it in some way, shape, or form. So I really wanted to feel this one. And just, yeah, I really hope and pray that the next one that we do is just as good. What the hell's going on with Bees?
I have no clue.
Hey, Bees, this is the first time I've ever seen your profile picture.
Guys, try to bring him back.
Come back.
Come back, Bees.
Come
I
back.
summon Bees.
Back. Come back. Come back.
Wait, hang on. Give me a second. All right. Hey, buddy. Chipotle burrito.
Sorry, guys. I'm literally stood at the back door watching the dog go to the bathroom.
What do you? Anybody smell the Chipotle burritos?
I think you're imagining things.
Like I was dead, and I heard somewhere a faint voice saying Chipotle burrito, and I can suddenly smell it. Like,
That was your subconscious telling you about that you needed that.
So, Bees.
funny, 'cause it's funny. My subconscious sounds a lot like BC's voice.
So, Bees. Your overall thoughts on how this scrap battle wins?
Absolutely.
You're a good storyteller. I can picture it in my head, dude. It's really, really impressive. You got mad skills.
Yeah.
What's even more impressive, I just came up with each and every ounce of it on the fly. I didn't have that planned out.
Wow.
Come on.
Wow.
Come on, dog boy.
Unscripted. Yeah, unscripted.
What were you saying, Woody?
On a BC.
I'm literally telling my dog to come back inside. I'm not.
Okay.
We're not a part of that discussion. That's between him and the dog.
Stay here. Let me mute him real quick.
No.
It's now a you problem, Woody.
And Woody was like, nah.
Anyways, in case y'all hadn't already caught on to it, it's time for the after party.
Yay.
Yay!
Woohoo!
So after
We're
party.
partying, we need a party wallop. Whoosh.
Party, party, party.
Did you mean to do that to him?
No.
Then why did you?
I can't control it. I
Hey,
have respect on people.
BC, you dead?
Someone poke him with a stick. I call owning his masterpiece copy convoy.
back in a sec.
There we go. It worked. I didn't say anything.
Yes, he did.
Anyone else want to learn?
JJ, you dead? JJ, wake up! Wake up! Gorilla belly
Put the
button!
party wall up.
I heard that. I woke up.
Bricks, you okay?
Briggs, you dead?
Briggs, is he dead?
Wakey, wakey.
Wakey, wakey.
Yeah, I knew you couldn't
Wait,
resist
about
that.
now?
I'm like, I want to bring it back to life. Gorilla belly button.
Is it safe to come out now?
It's totally safe. Come on out. Come on out.
The moment I heard Gorilla Belly Button, I had to wake up.
Bricks, do you honestly think I would intentionally let BC hurt you?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
So,
BC, you
yeah,
can't hurt Bricks again this scrapyard, but you can go after Woody all
What?
you want.
I'm sorry, whose show is this again?
Well, leave Bricks alone. He looks terrified.
No, I'm not terrified. Just
Okay,
tired.
I have a little story to tell.
Okay, go
Story
ahead.
time.
So, I've been on a roll here. So, I do have the PS3 emulator on my MacBook Air right now, and I have two games on it: Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, the fourth and final Sly Cooper game, because I have no idea what Sly Cooper 5 is going to be. I don't think they're going to make it ever. No, the franchise is kind of done. Then I have Transformers Devastation. But the one game that I've always wanted to play like fully is Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. And the one thing I was lacking was a 6-axis controller, either a PS3 controller or a PS4 controller. While yes, I can actually can use my brother's PS4 controller by visiting his house and bringing my laptop with me. Yes, well, I can do that. Sure, but I honestly don't want to travel too much just to use his controller. So what I decided to do is to spend a day out with my cousin. I spent a day out with my cousin. He took me to a mall called Digital Mall, and they sold a lot of video game controllers. And they sold one. They sold a PS4 controller that's legit Harry Potter designed, which was cool. And the buttons have the letters H, G, R, and S, the names of the houses, which was pretty cool. And I loved that. But I found a certain controller that was actually cheap enough for me to buy. Siri, I did not even call you. So get lost. Anyway, so I found a certain controller that I found a very cheap controller that was enough for me to buy, and I bought my very first PS3 controller, charcoal black, OG black colors, because it's black. So you can't go wrong with a black color, which is nice. I love black for the controllers. It's more traditional that way. That's just me. Um, so I bought this controller and I was testing it out on my MacBook Air. It works wonders. I only use the cable. I use the cable to use the controller, and the 6-axis motion sensor thing works. That means my purchase worth the purchase. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm very, very happy.
I feel like you're always
Yay.
happy.
So now I can actually play Slack for Thieves in Time with no problem. Everything's 100%, and now I got the working controller, 6-axis. I can do it. Yay! Yes.
Yay!
I'm so
I
happy.
do also have a story to share if everyone doesn't mind.
I do too after Bricks.
Go ahead.
Once there was an ugly barnacle. This barnacle was so ugly that everyone died. The end.
That didn't help at all. How long, Patrick? How long have I been ugly?
As long
Your
as I
entire
can
fucking
remember,
life, anyways.
you poor ugly thing, you.
So Bricks and Miss,
Proud.
So Brooks and Moose, we are doing voices right now. So I love concept art Sunstreaker so much, but the one figure that I really love is Studio Series Devastator, because he's a combiner of 8 bots. He has 8 Constructicons, But another figure that I really love.
Hey guys. Dreamer has a story to tell. Why don't we actually let her do that, huh?
So, because JJ told us about that he went and got a PS3 controller, I'm going to go and potentially spend money I shouldn't on books tomorrow. Anybody want to start taking guesses how much I'm going to spend?
$200.
250.
$5 goober dollars.
$500.
You know, if I did that, Calvin would just murder me.
$50.
Hey, Robuco,
I think you'll spend $100
What?
in Monopoly money.
how much is she going to spend on books tomorrow?
Yes.
Helen's like, yes.
Somewhere between not enough and too much.
That's probably accurate.
So the saddest part is the two. I was going to say accurately. I think she's going to spend around about 60.
That sounds fair. And then Calvin would murder me. Because
I mean,
he's always like,
my actual guess was going to be 50.
I probably
You
could.
just had to one up me, did you?
Well, no, I just wanted to be funny, so that's why I said Monopoly money and goober dollars.
Mhm.
But yeah, because Calvin's like, you've had a rough week. Because I guess not all of y'all know, I put in my 2 weeks notice at my job.
Mm.
I'm good.
Because I got a new job. But I had to wait until I got like the official, you literally have the job.
I'm trying to prevent from.
Before I like said anything, like most if you've been in our like group chat, you know that I was getting this job. But I got the official, because it's a school job, so you have to be the school board has to approve you before it's official. And so I was waiting for that. And so now Calvin's like, you've had a rough week. Let's go buy some books that you don't need. That's literally what he told me.
So I'm back. That was a nice bit of fun at 4 a.m.
So I've got something to say as well.
Hmm.
Okay, so two things. One, training at my job or training at my new job. I'm training somewhere else now. It's a bit of a long story. I missed 2 days of work because some moron decided to show up sick, which honestly, the person had pretty much always been sick ever since like training started. So because they don't take care of themselves apparently. So I ended up getting strep throat from them. Missed 2 days of training, and so I ended up having to restart training at a completely different facility. And honestly, the training's a bit easier, and I'm able to learn a lot more and easier at this different facility. So So I'd actually had to live on site at this facility this entire week. So today's my first day back home.
Wow.
It's Sunday afternoon. So it's nice to be able to be back home, eat food that's not loaded with carbs, and use my own bathroom that doesn't smell like feet and mildew.
Says the person who heated up really old Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Hey, it's been in the freezer.
Still, if you get Montezuma's revenge, I won't feel sorry for you. In fact, I will laugh at you, and then I'll look at you, and I'll say Woody's 3 favorite words. I will say, "Bless your hearts."
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the inevitable bees message. It's like, I missed work because I've got the shit. Yeah, we told you so.
Well, thankfully, Montezuma's revenge usually only lasts about 24 hours, so he should be fine by Sunday. He'll just feel like death.
But anyway, the second thing, I got my first full paycheck because training is paid training, so money is finally starting to. Yeah, like my money issues are starting to get better now. It's a
That's good.
This is a target.
So,
And
if you're wondering where I disappeared to, it's because my dog down here decided at 4 a.m. that attention-seeking behavior, such as eating sticks in the yard and running around, was literally the best thing ever.
eating sticks. Oh wow, your dog thinks it's a beaver.
I was like, oh, god damn it.
That dog really sticks to it.
But at least I waited to use your favorite phrase that I say, Woody, until you came back.
Yay.
Yeah, but unfortunately, it didn't get used for its actual intention.
It's okay. Maybe one day.
Oh, and also while I was away, I was greeted with a bunch of packages.
Ah.
So
No, you're still not allowed to open them.
I already opened them.
Oh, you bastard.
So one of the things I got was a bunch of stuff from Lego, or from Lego.com. This is some kind of promotional trophy, brick-built trophy or something. I'm like, okay.
Oh,
Yep.
that's cool. That's
A
neat.
little tribute to Jules Verne.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
saw that one.
That was a freebie. This, I was like, you know what? I meant to get this around Christmas time, so this will be part of my Christmas diorama.
Christmas in
Wait.
July.
Christmas.
Wait, so Bees, you literally got a participation trophy.
I guess so. And some little Lego gingerbread ornaments.
Oh, that's nice.
And
You
then
literally, I'm just sat here going, he's got a participation trophy for buying Lego.
Somebody's got to
I've
get
never
one.
even gotten that.
Hmm?
Maybe
I've never even gotten that for
maybe you're
buying
just
Lego.
not cool enough, Bricks. Maybe you just, maybe Bees is cooler.
You bought Lego, here's a participation trophy.
Honestly, you're probably right.
and
No. You want to know the real reason why? You want to know the real reason why Bricks has yet to get that? Because Savage has yet to help with the initiation process.
That's very true.
Oh,
guys, can I finish?
All right.
go ahead, Bees.
Sure.
Okay, so I also got
Hey,
the
Energon Megs.
Corn Class Energon Megatron, and I got a little upgrade kit for him. Some little his little shoulder cannon thingies are on swivels now. He's got a gap filler in the little thingy here, which is like the front cockpit area or whatever is his vehicle mode. A little gap filler on the back of his head, and a new tank sword weapon thingy.
that was
Nice.
clear plastic.
Yep, and the sword is clear plastic. And yeah, like I got this because I was like, you know what? I pre-ordered the core class Energon Galvatron. I'm like, you know what? Let's get him too. There'll be a little companion pieces to each other. And you have no idea how hard it was for me to find this figure online. I've never found him in stores in my area. This guy, it's like I couldn't find him on Amazon. I mean, he's on Amazon, but he's sold for like double the price by a third-party seller. And Amazon briefly had this in stock, but is like continuously delaying it. So I went on eBay and I was like, oh, hey, look, Hasbro Toy Shop's eBay store. Hey, look, they've got this figure. Let's order it from there.
Well,
For
that figure's like
retail.
a dime a dozen in my area.
Oh, good for you.
who's this guy? Speedy Pro Plus.
Hi.
Howdy.
With a profile pic of a COVID test, I think.
Oh, by the way, I wanted to show some fun features
Not a
on
Wii
this,
remote.
the Party Wallop figure. So, obviously, everyone's familiar with the whole thing where you can remove the head cap and then you can swap it out,
unsettling. That's so unsettling.
and then you can replace it with another piece. So you can have your different. You have the different Ninja
Yeah, you could
Turtles.
make
The different turtles.
Yeah.
And then
Which is
my
cool.
favorite feature is you can open up his belt buckle, and it has a wheel in there with the different, the labels for their names.
See, I wondered how that gimmick worked, because I figured that there may have been a Titans Return style gimmick in that head from stock photos. No, it's literally just a lift and spin the wheel.
Lift the panel up, and then that's cool.
Yeah, because I saw on all the stock photos of Party Wallop that you can put the caps on and it swaps to the belt buckles. I'm thinking, I wonder how that gimmick works.
I need to buy 4 of it.
It's just a little wheel thing, and then you do everything manually.
Okay, makes sense.
I want to find that figure, but I'm not sure if it's available in my country yet. I don't think it's available.
I know it's due out later next month for the UK, because I think it drops around about the same time, next week or the week after for.
Can I share my screen real quick? Can I share my screen real quick? Because I saw this online and it looks adorable.
That does look adorable.
I believe this is Magic Square's take. No, not Magic Square. I'm not sure. I think it's a different company, but it's a third-party company's take on a chibi version of Rise of the Beast Optimus Prime.
One toy steel head, as it says there.
That's cute. That's cute.
Very cute.
Why?
All right. Well,
I want this.
Is there anything else y'all want to talk about real quick before we really start gearing up to wrap up?
One more thing. How this was retooled into an IDW Prime. Yeah, that magic.
That is exactly why I want that set. I need to see that mold as the IDW design. I need to see how it works.
Also, this is on Walmart.com for $38.
I did see that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all of the Tron collection figures are all on clearance at the moment.
What I was going to say, JJ, is I know at least in the UK, Party Wallop and Comic Grimlock drop in the next week or two.
Party Wallop and Vector Prime are available in my country. Yay!
Yeah, but what's the release date?
It was 2 days ago. They arrived 2 days ago.
So you can get them now. Cool. I just got to wait till next week to get my Party Wallop.
But before I get the Vector Prime and the rest of Wave 3, I need to finish off Wave 2 first of Legacy United, because I need to finish that off first so I can actually continue on with Wave 3.
Time for the annual flexing on JJ Prime.
That was one of the. Then again, Party Wallop was one of the toys I was tempted to cancel.
This is what JJ's nightmares look like.
Or you could say it's time to flex on JJ.
Oh! I felt the anger from that one.
Emotional damage.
That's for flexing on me.
Emotional damage.
That is for flexing.
Emotional damage.
That is for flexing on me. Hard.
I don't have anything to flex on JJ with.
I think you broke BC. I think he's broken. I don't think I've ever seen his face look like that.
Oh, JJ, look, that is the face of emotional damage.
I don't know if I would call it emotional damage. I would just call that pure shock.
Yeah. Shock is emotional damage.
It can be, but it can't be. I mean, it doesn't look like the emotional damage one. It looks more like he's trying to process what just happened.
He's trying to process.
The day
He's processed it. No,
He's
he's
trying to
not.
process the unfrozen chicken.
No, he's
The
not
day-
trying to process that. We're trying to process that if you're gonna live through that.
no, he's trying to process the fact that JJ just gave him the finger. Like, he
Bless
never,
him
he
for
never,
her.
Breaking
JJ.
balls. You're just breaking balls.
Just because we're partners don't mean I won't whoop your ass.
I mean, BC, you just got emotional.
No, hold up. Just because we partners don't mean you free from an ass whooping. I will grab the BC bat and I will spank you like a 3-year-old with it. I swear to God.
This is domestic violence.
Stop.
It's only
Stop.
domestic violence if I
Stop.
mean I would call them more discipline than domestic violence.
Stop being less innocent. Stop it.
He's
Stop
been
it.
influenced
It's
by
him.
you though, BC, and all of us. I mean, we've kind of been a bad
BC.
influence on him.
BC, have you only just realized now just how degenerate theater kids actually are?
I just. Oh my God. I'm not even sure if I'm not even sure if I'm willing to reveal this on my show entirely because he live streams on his own channel. So if I say this and people find out, they're gonna get on his case. I'm afraid to say it now.
Basically, BC just got blessed by a theater kid. He just wasn't ready.
So JJ basically said, "Bless your heart," without saying, "Bless your heart."
Exactly. And the thing is,
That,
BC just
JJ, I say,
Joke's on you. I don't have one.
no. The fact you went into absolute shock for several seconds. Nope, I disagree.
Rob, get over here.
I ain't getting involved in this shit.
Good
and
time to laugh.
now you've scared Briximus to turn off his camera again.
Don't worry.
He can turn off on him.
No, I was,
It's like
I was getting asked a question, so I was just answering.
Mm.
He can run, but it's basically Brix has realized now that even if he turns off his camera, he's not running.
Yep.
It's not protection.
Yeah, shutting off that camera is not protection. I will still whoop your ass.
You're just delaying the
All right.
inevitable.
So I think it's time we do a thing.
Can I first ask? Oh, no.
Oh.
Then.
Dun, 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 dun,
He looked like he enjoyed that too much.
That you've never heard from again.
Although,
Better him than me.
although,
Oh, you fucker.
no, hold on. Do everybody? Do we wanna make him do it?
Yes.
Do it.
Do it.
Rob, if you don't want to do it, I won't make you.
God, if you're real, make this quick.
All right. Dun, 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 dun,
He's got smited by God.
This
He did get smited by God.
people in the chat. This is exactly what the after party is for.
Hey, I get a break.
Did you?
Oh.
Um,
Dun, 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 last week was better, admittedly.
Woody's next.
Okay.
Is he though?
No.
He really?
Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god.
That was morbid as hell.
That was very
You
morbid.
literally used a sword to kill yourself. There we go.
Hi, Woody.
No.
Dreamer, your turn.
Dreamer, your turn.
Keep giving us all the glare. No, not happening.
He said your turn.
Your
He
turn,
said
Bob.
your turn.
I would love to see you make me.
Come on, guys.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do
Peer
it.
pressure. Peer pressure.
Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
Make your dream come true. Just do it.
That's your feelings, BC. You know it to be true.
Do it.
Dreamer hit me.
Make your dream
Dreamer
come
hit me.
true. Just
Dreamer
do
hit me.
Do it. Do
Nice
it.
one.
Do.
Well, that was a cheap way to get out of it.
Dun, 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 dun.
it.
BC has fallen. I start screaming at the new host of the
Hello, doggy dog. Hello, doggy dog. Oh, hang on. We're about to have a cameo appearance.
Oh,
He's a pupper doggo.
Hey, it's a big doggo. It's a big doggy.
Big fur baby.
What is he having in his mouth?
It's a toy. It's a lamb toy.
It's a lamb toy.
no.
It's precious.
What the heck is going on here?
Yeah, see, it's a lamb toy.
Pablo Jackie.
Oh.
Hey, Briximus.
Yeah.
You missed a review on this guy where I actually showed people a trick on how to transform this guy smoothly. There's a way to do it.
I don't think it'll really matter because I'm never transforming him out of his vehicle mode ever again.
Actually, from vehicle mode to robot mode, it's not even that bad.
No, it's not that. I just don't want to look at his robot mode anymore.
So, yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
Dum, 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 dum,
And the beanie. Oh, beanie.
Oh, beanie.
The beanbag hit the beanbag.
Oh my
Okay.
He's literally looking at me like I got woken up for this shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, whew.
Such a good boy.
It was a long 2 hours, 40 minutes.
Oede boete shout. You good girl. You good girl.
All right.
And BC's tired.
Oh,
I hope I can
Hi,
get my own
tired, I'm
doggo
dad.
someday.
oh,
Oh, more baby kisses.
Since I did do it, it is only fair if Dreamer does it to finish it off. But she clearly looks opposed, so I'm not going to force her.
So we can nominate Bees to do it twice then?
Sure,
I'm
go
down.
for it.
Okay.
okay.
That's not gonna save you.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun.
You never learn.
The Bees, come back. Do it again.
Please quit being, just
Do it.
Nah. We're not going to make him do it again. That's not fair. You, on the other hand.
Yes, Christmas is gonna do it. Bum, bum, brr, bum, brr, 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 hysterical.
Yes, this is. I'm going to have to say, yes, this is the poupée that decided that running around the garden at 4 a.m. eating sticks was the best thing ever. Best thing ever, wasn't it? Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, I love giving kisses.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but, and that's because and I think the reason for that was because I wouldn't give you pizza. I wouldn't give you spicy pizza.
Yeah, that'd probably not agree with his tummy.
No, you want to. I know you want the spicy meat feast pizza, but you cannot have it. So, before I go, Reese,
must come to an end.
Is it time for the question? Can I ask the question though? GDC, what are we going to talk about next week?
I'm glad you asked.
The same thing we do every night, Binky. Try to take over the world.
Oh, no.
They're dinky.
Give me just a second. I completely forgot to set it up. Hold up.
Brain.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah,
guys,
thank
what
you.
are we gonna do tonight?
Same thing we do every night. No. Try to take over the world.
Thank you, Papa.
Same thing.
Do
Trying to save the world.
I have pizza taste on my face? Is that what it is?
Probably.
Do I have pizza? Do I have leftover pizza in my beard? Is what the actual fuck Hasbro round 2?
Oh.
Does that mean I'm allowed to do? Does this mean I'm allowed to have my my big fuck you Hasbro rant?
Is this kind of related to the the recent bad news?
For the most part.
Yeah.
And as Bricks, I think it's time for you to do your thing.
Huh?
A new challenger approaches.
Oh. A new challenger approaches.
Give me a minute. Y'all decided to jump the gun. I wasn't ready yet.
Oh, sorry.
I can do it slower. A new challenger approaches. It's still not there.
No. I think the way you did it first time was much better.
Whew. Oh boy.
What do you want?
There
what
we
do
go.
you want? Oh, next week's battle. Undecided. Stay tuned. Oh.
All right then.
So,
I did that for nothing.
yeah, sorry about that, but I legit
No, you're good.
just I don't know where else to go with Scrap Battle right now. So
I have.
I don't know if we're gonna be taking a break from it until we can actually come up with more battles, or if we're gonna figure out the next one literally like right after we get off.
Okay.
And of course, obviously I'm open to suggestions.
Okay.
So with that said, everybody, thank you for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. I always love doing these little episodes of the Scrapyard with y'all. It's always fun. And yeah, let's just keep having fun with it. With that said, everybody, I've been BC.
Fucking Rob.
I've been Woody.
Flaming Bees.
Dreamer Girl.
I've been JJ Prime Reviews.
Briximus Prime.
And we will catch you all next week.
See you next week.